this until we start recording.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Peter Palmer podcast, where we attempt to read every issue of the Amazing Spider-Man week by week.
Is it recording?
It is.
Oh.
My name is Mike.
Should we do that again?
And with me, as always, is my co-host. We're not doing it again. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Peter Palmer Fuck.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Peter Palmer podcast.
Where we attempt to... No, you're meant to keep going.
We attempt to read every issue of the Amazing Spider-Man week by week.
My name is... No, you keep going.
My name is Sammie,
Mike, and with me, as always, is my co-host,
Sammie.
Mike.
All right, let's get into it. What'd you read
Let's
this
get
week?
lit. What'd you say? I mean, I know what you said, but I didn't hear it.
What?
You know what that means?
I can't.
No. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Peter Palmer podcast, where we attempt to read every issue of the Amazing Spider-Man week by week. My name is Mike, and with me, as always, is my co-host,
Sammie.
Hi, Sammie.
Hi. Do you guys like ASMR?
No. We're going to have to wait till next week for them to respond. So in the meantime, what did you watch this week?
Like ASMR? I watched Bumblebee this week. Okay, so I watched Bumblebee this week. We watched Bumblebee. Are you going to say anything?
You want to keep talking about Bumblebee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I actually did say something, like right before you said you're going to say something.
Oh, really? What'd you say?
I don't know, but I said something. People at home heard it.
No, they didn't. So we watched...
People on the bus heard it.
Yep. So we watched Bumblebee, and it was a cool 80s nod film. Sorry, what? It's a good film. It was a good film like the 80s.
Y'all like the 80s?
Y'all like Stranger Things, but not spooky?
No, y'all like the Iron Giant?
Oh, yeah, true. Got him.
No, I was expecting it to be the Iron Giant, but not the Iron Giant. Instead, it was E.T., but not E.T., which is also good. I like E.T.
Well, you know, fucking Bumblebee is actually an alien.
An extraterrestrial. So. That is true.
Also...
What was the Iron Giant? I can't remember.
He was a fucking Iron Giant, obviously.
Was he an alien or was he like a dude built by other dudes?
He's just a fucking dude built by other dudes. Have you ever played Fallout 3?
No, but I played Fallout Boy.
Liberty Prime. Death is an alternative... Death is an alternative to... Death is a preferable alternative to communism. There you go. I got it out.
I'll take your word for it.
Yep.
I don't know much about Fallouts.
Yeah, well, one day we all will. So,
fuck.
B127.
I'm about to throw up on the podcast.
Don't, please don't.
Bumblebee. I really like.
I watched Bird Box this week.
No, I have to talk about Bumblebee.
No.
Bumblebee. I really liked Bumblebee. I thought it was a cute film. I thought it was a fun film. It was a nice little 80s homage without being too annoying about it. For a moment there, because it has a lot of 80s music in it, I thought it was going to be really like kind of unique and not annoying with its 80s references.
They referenced The Breakfast Club like at least 3 times.
Yeah, but it was like a character thing.
Yeah,
I don't mind when they do it as a character thing. But there was a point where I was like, oh, they haven't played the usual songs like Aha, Take On Me, or what's that other song? What's the song they play when they're driving down the motorway and they're like hanging out of the car? Is it?
There's a room where the light won't find you.
Is that what they're playing? I thought it was something else. I thought it was like Everybody.
That's the same song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I just sang the
bridge. Never mind. Yeah, I was like, if there's none of those songs yet, and then they played those songs, which is all right. We got to put them in there. They weren't too annoying about it.
Yeah, I actually liked the song choice, and it wasn't too like... It was like not expositional. Does that make sense? Oh, no.
Yes.
Like it wasn't like...
Yeah. In your face.
Yeah.
But boy, does she love the Smiths.
Oh, yeah, that was her thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, she really liked the Smiths.
But no, it does that thing like in 80s movies where like characters have a very specific trait. And then that trait comes into play at the very end when they need it the most.
Diving.
Yeah, it's diving. Spoiler alert.
That wasn't a spoiler, was it?
Kind of.
Oh, sorry. You can bleep that out.
But no, I thought the characters made sense. They had motivations. Haley Steinfeld was getting over the trauma of her dad.
Having a heart attack.
And you know where it's going. Like, there's no point where I was like, oh, I wonder how this is going to end.
Yeah.
Because, like, she has this whole thing where it's like, oh, I've been trying to fix the car my dad used to help me on, and I feel like once I finally finish that, I can finally be at peace with the fact that he's gone or something.
Yeah.
And like, oh, so
basically.
the last shot of the movie is going to be her fixing the car, and she'll be like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
And it was.
That was
So-
a spoiler. No.
I guess. This isn't the Bumblebee podcast, so I don't think people are too fussed about it.
What if they are?
But Bumblebee is really good. The first 10 minutes are like, if you're a Transformers kid,
Dude, yeah.
if you grew up with Transformers, the first 15 minutes are going to blow your melon.
Yeah, they're gonna like give you the fruit tingles.
I want to see a whole movie of just that.
Same.
No Earth stuff, just Cybertron.
Exactly.
I remember there was a Transformers video game not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was called like the something of Cybertron.
The
Yeah, the of Cybertron. I remember it was really fun. And it was all just on Cybertron. It was like a third-person shooter type thing.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Pretty cool. But yeah, what else did we watch this week? Do you want me to take over?
No, wait. I can do it.
What did we watch just then?
Oh, Thor Ragnarok. That's Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes sicko mode, dude.
We watched Avengers last night for some reason.
Yeah.
And that was...
And we found out it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
This movie I've loved all this time.
I just could not get through it. I literally, like, clinically went insane. Like, I was just like, I can't watch this anymore.
It's weird because, like, if you were to watch that movie for the first time now, do you reckon you'd have the same response to it you would have had
For the first time.
I don't think
but
we
you know
would.
what it's like for me? Because... I don't know. You know how I like forget movies really easily?
Yeah.
Watching that was kind of like watching it for the first time in some senses. Not really, actually, because
That's what I mean.
Like if it was like, if it just came out like right now and we went to go watch it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
First of all, I would have been like, the cinematography is really bad because I've already, by this point, I've been through 3 years of film school, unlike when I first saw it. And I can point those things out.
Yeah.
I feel like before I used to be able to like point it out, but not really. I used to go, something's a bit wrong about this film, but I wouldn't be able to say what it was.
I actually remember an article around when Avengers came out where the DOP of The Dark Knight was roasting the Avengers cinematography.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah, he was talking about how it's just like the angles are just showing off the sets and there's no like...
What do you mean? What sets,
thought putting
dude?
into
Come on.
those really grey looking sets, dude.
Empty ones too.
The NASA...
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Yeah, the NASA warehouse.
Yep. Cool.
No, I like Avengers, okay? It's a good film. It's...
I like Thor Ragnarok better.
I don't.
I know. But anyway, that's
No, I like Thor Ragnarok as well, but it's hard for me to kind of care about anything that happens in it when they don't put any effort into the emotional stakes
True.
or give a sense of consequence to anything. Even though his whole world gets blown up at the end, you're kind of just like, oh yeah. And it's not to Infinity War where you really feel the consequences of anything that happened in that movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's why Infinity War is better than both of those movies, I reckon.
Yes, definitely, dude. Infinity War got me like shook.
Yeah. Up until yesterday, I thought the first Avengers was still the best Avengers movie.
No.
But now I'm like, you know what?
It's better than... Oh, actually, no. I don't know. I haven't seen Age of Ultron in yonks, like literally so long.
Yeah,
So-
Age of Ultron's the worst one.
I got to revisit it.
But I'd say the first Avengers is a better structured movie than Infinity War.
Kind of had to be if they wanted it to all work out. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I mean?
Infinity War is more interesting.
Yeah, the first Avengers is safe.
Yeah, like if you split Infinity War into like the individual like story arcs, those are all a lot better than the first Avengers, I reckon. Yep. Do you watch anything else this week? I think you said something.
I was supposed to watch Colette, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I think I saw something at Harbour Town Cinemas, but I can't remember now.
Aquaman.
Oh yeah, I think I saw something after that too. Can't quite remember. I forget. Okay, I have a really bad short-term memory when it comes to films. For some reason, I tend to forget like films really quickly.
True.
So
Well, I have two other films I watched. I watched Wreck-It Ralph Wrecks the Internet, and boy, does he sure go into the internet.
wow.
Yeah. Y'all ever heard of Google?
Nah,
You know how when you type stuff into Google, it autofills what you're typing? Well, boy, do I have a movie for you. Y'all ever been on...
That's how they wrote the script.
Y'all ever seen a Disney?
No, man.
Boy, do they sure go into Disney. Groot's in this movie. Do you know that?
Groot.
Yeah.
Baby Groot.
There's a bit where there's people are sitting around watching Groot do a Q&A. And I was like, okay.
In Wreck-It Ralph.
In Wreck-It Ralph, yeah.
What?
And then there's also a bit where a dude turns around and it's Stan Lee. And I'm like, okay. Then Iron Man flies past.
Wait, what? Why is there so much Marvel? Oh, Disney.
It's Disney. They walk into the Disney website.
Okay.
I guess it's accurate because the internet, all they talk about is fucking Disney movies.
Yeah, seriously.
And there's that really annoying bit where she meets all the Disney princesses. As you would have seen in the trailer, if you've seen the trailer for Wreck-It Ralph Wrecks the Internet.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah.
The princesses.
Yeah, they all try to shank her. Right?
Yeah.
They're like, I'll get you. Yeah. Do they end up like being her like personal army at the end?
No, they never show up again.
What?
Oh, I actually don't know. I might have fell asleep when they showed up, but I don't think they showed up again.
Oh, shit. I nearly fell asleep during Bumblebee, but I don't know why.
I didn't. Oh, we didn't talk about John Cena in Bumblebee, the best character.
Oh my God, I forgot. How could we forget?
Because we couldn't see him. You can't see him.
Oh, that's why, yeah.
Yeah. But no, he was really funny. He had such great lines as, "There's a door in my way."
I love that. That was my favorite bit. He's literally walking towards a door, and you know what he says? "There's a door in my way."
They're literally called Decepticons. Does that not sound sketchy to you?
What else does he say? He says something really...
Yeah, he says some good stuff.
Yeah.
He also looks like a foot, but that's another topic.
How do you know what he looks like?
I've heard someone describe it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You're really lucky, dude.
I'm so lucky, dude.
So lucky, dude.
And the other movie I watched was Roma by Alfonso Cuarón. It's a beautiful movie. I think I was going to say I think everyone should watch it, but if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. So I keep needing to burp.
Don't do it. He just
Sicko
burped.
mode.
I watched Bandersnatch and I loved it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Fuck. I like the ending I got. I won't spoil it, but I think I got like the true ending. You'll know what I mean if you've gone through it, I guess, more than once. And I have been meaning to watch it again, see what else I can get. But I actually really enjoyed it. It's way my thing. As a person who really loves video games and really loves film and Black Mirror, I think it kind of combined everything. And like fucked up characters too. I love fucked up characters. So yeah, and Bandersnatch was like made for me basically.
Jesus. Well,
it's very meta. It's like does the whole like kind of self-aware dream within a dream meta fucking shit. I love all meta shit. Like, dude, one of my first favorite films was Sucker Punch. So you can kind of gauge from that. Like,
could you call that meta?
Yeah. Well, she has a dream literally within a dream. That's what it is. She's in a mental asylum. She dreams she's in a brothel and then dreams that within the brothel that she's in like a fantasy world, many fantasy worlds. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Well, I gotta tell you, I saw the true ending of Roma as well.
Wow, good job.
That interactive film by Alfonso Cuarón.
What? It's not interactive.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
You choose
Oh
whether.
my God, I can't. I'm not. Okay, fine. Yeah, go ahead. You choose whether or not. Sorry.
No, you ruined it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mike. It was gonna be a good gag, but I ruined it. So you can like.
It wasn't going to be good, but I was going to go with it anyway.
Okay. You can at me, guys, if you are disappointed that you couldn't hear that. So my Twitter is... What is my Twitter? I don't know.
But boy, did I see the true ending of Roma.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, it's not an interactive film. I just felt like saying that. But Roma's a good film. If you like an Alfonso Cuarón...
What's your favorite Alphonse film?
Children of Men, probably. But I also
I love Children of Men.
I also like how do you pronounce it? Mama Tombien.
I don't know.
We had to watch it for film school.
Oh,
it's the one where they go on like a road trip and
I barely watched any of this. Like, what's it called? The screenings. What are they called?
Yeah.
Compulsory screenings.
The world cinema ones.
All of them, because you know what? That's what happens when you live an hour away from uni.
Yeah, that's true. I went to all of them. I fell asleep in some of them, but I still went to them.
Yeah.
And some of them are my favorite movies now, so yeah. But no, Roma...
Ingmar Bergman.
Roma is a nice little slice of life. If you want to watch a woman getting pregnant and having to figure out what's going on with her life, and then not a lot of action or conflict happens. It's just you're watching life happen. It's very different to Alfonso Cuarón's other films where he puts you right into it. You know how like his
Children
camera
of Men does it? Like,
the camera work puts you right into it. But this one's is more observatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of a lot of like Federico Fellini films.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Alfonso, he can do it all.
Yeah.
Action, not action.
Like those classy old French New Wave films.
Chloe 9 to 5.
Right.
Was that what it's called? Chloe 9 to 5.
Yeah, a bit like Cleo from 9 to 5.
Not Chloe. Cleo 9 to 5. She
or like
dies.
a Koreeda film.
Koreeda.
I still want to see Shoplifters, but it's not playing anywhere, so I can't.
It's playing at Home of the Arts, dude. Come down and go.
I couldn't see the show times online.
Oh, really? It probably has stopped playing, actually, because it was playing last week, so...
I'll check again. If it is, I'm coming back.
No, don't come back.
Golden Globes happened, and boy, are my arms tired.
Arms?
You know how when people say, like, I just flew in from so-and-so, and boy, my arms tired. It was I did that, but in the wrong context.
I don't understand. Boy, are my arms tired.
Because they flew in. And they literally flew in.
Flew. You can't fly with your arms. That's why that reference doesn't make any sense to me. So, you should say, boy, my wings are tired.
That's why it's a goof.
Why people be like...
No, what do you think of the Golden Globes?
I didn't watch them.
I mean, what do you think of the winners?
Animation, yes.
Yep.
Big yes. Best drama, is that what it was? Best drama? Big no.
I loved how that was in best drama and not in best musical.
Musical, yeah. That's just so dumb to me. Like, literally that oh my God.
And A Star Is Born as well. They got the categories all mixed up.
Yeah, they actually did. What was in best comedy?
Hang on.
Yeah, no, best comedy. It was best comedy / musical. So it was Mary Poppins, Return of Mary Poppins.
Really?
It was a nomination. Yeah, hold on.
What?
Yeah, I've got them here.
Why didn't Green Book win?
For comedy.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I didn't even know that was a comedy. I think it was Green Book because people were mad about that as well.
I thought it was a drama, dude, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Olivia Colman won for The Favourite, which is good.
The Favourite's best... It got nominated for Best Motion Picture Comedy / Musical.
All right.
Yeah, right?
I guess we said it was pretty funny last week.
Yeah, but I know, but it doesn't make sense that like Bohemian Rhapsody is best
that should
drama,
be swapped.
And Star Is Born, I can understand drama because there's a lot of drama in that film, right? I can understand that. But Bohemian Rhapsody, anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying
that's sure as the Golden Globes, and I said I'm glad Olivia Colman won for The Favourite because we were talking about that last week. I'm pretty sure.
She deserved it for eating that cake, throwing it back up and eating it again.
Hey, I guess you can say she had her cake and ate it too.
Ate it too. Yes, true. Yeah.
I don't think that's the right context.
It's not the right
yeah. But you know,
it works.
Pretend
for the
it was.
Just stop. Just leave us alone, okay?
Send us hate mail.
Yeah, give us something to do during the week, please.
What does that mean? You mean cry?
No, reply to it.
Oh, I haven't replied to any of the hate mail we've got.
Yeah, you replied to Thomas's.
Oh yeah, that was on Twitter though, because I love a Twitter.
Yeah, his. I can't be mad at his hate mail because it was correct. So
yeah, it was things we already fixed.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Thomas of Film Costs, or however it's pronounced.
Yeah, we don't speak your language. Sorry.
I mean, we don't, but you don't have to say it like that.
All the best. All the best.
He doesn't live here anymore. That's kind of sad.
Oh, really?
No, he lives back in Norway. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're probably wrong.
No, he
anyway.
definitely does. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a big ooft.
It's a big oof, man.
All right, let's start a GoFundMe.
For Thomas Lee
to kidnap him and bring him back to Australia.
Oh, no. We could have him on as a guest one day, like over Skype.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because he does that for his podcast.
Do you read Spider-Man comics?
Who?
I'm talking to the viewers.
Oh. But I don't want a viewer to come on the podcast.
Oh my God, he is a viewer. I mean, a listener.
Thomas can come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have a couple guests lined up then, I guess.
A couple. In the most literal sense.
Yes.
So what do we do on this podcast? We talk about Spider-Man.
Spiderwick Chronicles.
If this is your first episode...
No, Spiderwick Chronicles.
Yeah, we talk about the Spiderwick Chronicles. If this is your first episode ever, you may not believe us because we just talked about movies and the Golden Globes for 20 minutes.
Really?
So, yeah, we actually talk about the Spiderwick Chronicles every week.
So
are you going to go with it or are you just going to...
Yeah, so my favorite movie is Spiderwick Chronicles.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
It's got...
I mean, it's your favorite movie. You must like it.
Actually, I've never seen it, so...
It has that kid in it from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Really?
Yeah, he's the main kid.
Nice. What does he do?
He acts. I actually haven't seen it either.
Okay.
So scrap this idea. You know what we should do instead? Talk about the Amazing Spider-Man comics.
Yay.
Because you know how we read those every week?
Yes.
And we don't do anything about it? I think this week we should talk about them.
Probs.
And we'll start with issue 26, The Man in the Crime Master's Mask. Who is it, do you reckon? Do you know who it is? I mean, you know who it is.
I actually do know who it is because
you read the next one.
Exactly.
But the listeners, do you know who it is?
This will be context for the one I watched. So I'm read, sorry. I just sat there and watched the comic. I didn't read it. Yeah. No, I'm excited.
I'm going to watch the motion comic. You ever watch one of those? They're really boring. I watched a bit of the Watchmen motion comic.
What's a motion comic?
It's just the comic, but like they animate the panels and they get someone to read it's like an audiobook, essentially.
I was about to say, I would like that, but if it was just like, say if we went through Marvel Unlimited, just went through the panels and they were animated and you could just still read it, that'd be really cool. But like if someone's reading it to you,
you can buy DVDs of them. Like there's the Watchmen motion comic.
That's a big no for me.
That was playing on TV once. I was like, oh, what's this? But the voice threw me off because it's the same guy doing the voice for all the characters. Oh. And he puts on like a girly voice for the girl characters. Yeah. I'm like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
But yeah, motion comics, not a fan.
All right. Issue 26.
The Mystery of the Man in the Crime Master's Mask. I mean, they tell you who it is pretty much straight away. It's not really, it's not a mystery. It's not a mystery to us.
What if they mislead you like they like to do in these comic books?
No, it's pretty obvious who it is. But this comic, we'll get to it. This comic picks up right where we left off. Would you believe it?
Wow.
Because you know how Aunt May confiscated Spider-Man's costume because she's like, Peter, why are you dressing up like Spider-Man, you idiot? Don't do that.
Yeah, true.
So this first page is just a montage of Peter looking for his costume around the house. He's like, where could it be? Is it in the trash? Is it in the grass? Is it in the
Is this a Dr.
in a
Seuss
box?
book? Is it with the fox?
Then he gives up and goes to sleep. He's like, maybe I can get that one from J. Jonah Jameson that I left on the roof last time. You remember that?
Yeah, I
Where
do.
he fought the robot and he puppeteered his costume.
Yeah.
That was weird, wasn't it?
He was
And then we
alright.
see Green Goblin and the mystery crime master on the dock.
And the
And
dog.
Green Goblin's like, "Oi, we agreed that we'd take over the crime underworld together. With my brains and your knowledge of the crime
Knowledge.
people, we could do good things, dude." And this mystery man's like, "Forget it. I don't need you. I'm the crime master. I can do it myself." And Green Goblin's like, "But I revealed my true identity to you and everything. It was part of the deal.
That's so sad.
Don't give that away, you meanie."
Is you
And the crime master's like, "There's nothing you can do. Try to stop me, and I'll tell the world who you really are. Now get lost. I've got things to do."
Get lost.
And he just
I love
walks
that.
away from the Green Goblin.
Can you imagine watching Spider-Man Far From Home and then Spider-Man literally just tells the bad guy, get lost.
I mean, this isn't Spider-Man saying that.
I know, but I just like the fact that like they don't the dialogue anyway, whatever, sorry.
Are you sorry?
Yes, I guess.
I don't have to be sorry. What was that?
That was me like
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
So Crime Master runs off, and his big plan is he drops into all the crime meetings, and he's like, "Hey, look, guess what? I'm your boss now. Nothing you can do about it." And he drops a letter that says this, and these crime people are like, "What?" This Crime Master's saying that he's going to take us over now, and if we defy him, it will not be a false alarm next time.
Bruh.
So this dude means business, and there's a
Yeah.
little montagey panel where it's like all the crime bosses around the city going
So
like,
he's not a goofy villain. He's like he's down to it.
he's getting down to business
Yeah.
to defeat the Huns, dude. And yeah, we see all these other crime people. They're like, the crime master. Maybe this is the dude we need to keep us all in bloody check and to keep us under control.
This
Kind
is
of
all
thing.
starting to make more sense to me, my comment, because I'm just like, who is this dude? He's just randomly showing up. Like,
Yeah. Let me see. It was a little Foswell.
Oh yeah, Foswell's back.
Yeah,
That's right.
Foswell is the crime master.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever you think.
whatever I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're gonna do a switcheroo on me, aren't they?
I don't know. Hey. I don't
Who
know.
else could it be? Mysterio again?
No. Doesn't have to be someone we know. Does it?
Ned Leeds.
No. Why does like the bad guy always have to be someone that is already established as a character?
Okay, we think Foswell is the crime master.
Okay.
Whatever. Bada bing, bada boom. And we see Peter Parker eating breakfast. And he's like,
Breakfast.
"Hey, maybe if I bring up the Spider-Man costume to Aunt May, she'll give me a little hint." And she's like, "Hey, I guess it was silly of me to wear a Spider-Man costume, Aunt May. Where is it, by the way?" And she's like, "We're not talking about this anymore, Peter."
Peter.
And he's like, "Oh,
Oh
no. I thought I'd get a shot at that." But then he's like, "Well, there is that other one that J. Jonah Jameson has, so I'm going to go to the Daily Bugle. Bye, Aunt May."
The Daily Bugle.
And he walks in and Betty's cranky at him.
Oh,
He's like, "Wow,
cranky Betty
Peter,
as
what
always."
great plans you have today to catch Spider-Man."
Oh, Jesus.
And
what a bitch.
Peter fucking Peter fucking snaps back at her, dude.
Good. Stand up for yourself.
He goes like, "Oh, rats. First you write letters to Ned Leeds because you feel sorry for him. Then you worry about Spider-Man. How about having a good word for Peter Parker?"
Oh,
And then Betty's
what?
like, "Oh, you mean the Peter Parker who's been dating Liz Allen? Who has another girlfriend who he's never even mentioned to me, named Mary Jane Watson?" And Peter's like, "I don't even know Mary Jane Watson." And Betty's like, "Really? Well, while she was in your bedroom and everything. Aunt May said she's a good lady." And Peter's like, it's not my fault. Aunt May is trying to set me up on dates. You know, I'm not a baller, I swear. And then
I'm just humble, dude. I'm humble.
when Jameson walks in, he's like, "Oi, stop yelling in my office, you idiots." He literally says, "What in the Sam hell is all that racket?"
What in the
out there?"
Sam hell?
And Peter mopes off because Jameson calls him out. He's like, "Oi, just leave. This isn't a yelly office. This is a
Wow.
smelly office."
That actually got pretty heated. Hey,
It
like
did. And then Foswell's there typing about. And then Peter's like, ooh, maybe this isn't a total waste of time. Maybe I can figure out what Foswell's up to. So he puts a little tracker on Foswell's hat.
Oh.
He's like, I'm going to follow Foswell.
Follow Foswell.
And then Flash Thompson's like, hey, look, it's Peter Parker. What's he doing, that idiot? And then Peter Parker, he's not in the mood. He just snapped at Betty. He's a grumpy
He's a
lad.
grumpy boy.
Yeah. So he says, "Get off my back, loudmouth. I'm in no mood for your muscle-bound birth today."
Fuck.
And the same goes for your gang of grinning hyenas.
Grinding hyenas.
And then, funny enough, Peter lunges at fucking Flash and beats them all up.
What?
Or he starts beating them all up, but the principal sees it. And
Wow, Peter.
Liz breaks them up and she says, "Stop it. Stop it." That's what she says.
Just stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
And then, yeah, she's pretty much like, wait, what did she say? She says, "Oh yeah, you're just as bad as each other. I'm leaving, you
Always
idiots."
be like,
Yep. And then the principal's like, "Hey, I need a word with you, Parker." And Parker like confesses. He's like, "It was all my fault, whatever." And Flash overhears this, and he's like, "Oh, Peter's taking the blame.
he ain't that bad.
I better own up to it as well."
Aw.
And Flash is like, "Hey, you should probably hear the true story of what happened. Parker wasn't really to blame," kind of thing. Yep. And then suddenly we just snap back to the crime master, doing some crimes.
Wow.
Not really doing some crimes. He's breaking into dudes' places and being like, "Oi, you defied my warning, so now I'm going to make an example of you to the other gangs."
Jesus.
Yep. This guy's
business,
this guy means business, dude.
This is like the mafia kind of shit right here, honestly.
I like this stuff. I wish they did plots like this in the movies. Instead, it's just like Spider-Man has to punch a dude real good.
Oh my God, imagine a Spider-Man Netflix show.
That'd be good, but they would never do that because the
Yeah.
budget would be ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Honestly, Homecoming has the closest kind of like plot to these comics.
Yeah. With the Vulture and everything.
Yeah, where he's doing some crimes.
Except for the Vulture being Liz Allen's dad.
Yeah.
You know.
But I liked that.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
No, I did. I think Michael Keaton's good.
Yeah. And you wouldn't guess it was him because he's white.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you reckon if he was black, it would be more obvious?
Oh, hell
Definitely.
yeah. Definitely. Because they don't make characters ethnic for no reason in these movies. I hope you understand that.
Well, why was Liz black then?
Because...
How can they just cast her?
Because there was a reason. Because she looks young.
Black don't crack, guys. No, I don't know why they didn't just make Zendaya Mary Jane.
Yeah, I would love that, honestly.
Or introduce Mary Jane in the next movie. You know?
But what do you mean, another Mary Jane? Or introduce her as Mary Jane?
But they can't now because she's MJ.
And she's Mariah...
Michelle Jones.
Michelle Jones. We'll say Mariah Jerry.
Mariah Jerry.
Okay, no, yeah, she's Michelle Jones, right.
Yeah.
So, it should... Wait, no, never mind. We're not going to speculate about this right now. Let's continue, yeah.
But anyway, J. Jonah Jameson's like, hey... or people are like, hey, Jameson, do you know who the Green Goblin is? How about the Crime Master? Are they the same person? Everyone's trying to guess this big mystery. And Jameson's like, sorry, gentlemen, I can't reveal my inside scoop yet. But keep reading the Bugle. I'll have a big expose soon. Yep. And Peter Parker, he's still looking for a costume solution.
Oh, I know what he does because I watched the next one, read the next one.
So he sees a Halloween store and he's like, oh, golly gee, there's a Spider-Man costume. And he buys that and he says, will it fit? And they say it always fits eventually. That doesn't happen.
And then he points to the sign and it's like, no refunds.
No refund. But he puts it on and it's this weird stretchy material that keeps flubing off.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this sucks.
I was always wondering, like reading my one this week, why does his pants keep falling down?
He keeps having to web it back on, which is a bit annoying. Yep. He crawls into Foswell's apartment because he put the tracker on his hat. And Foswell's not there. But his hat is. Because that's how he tracked him there. I didn't need to explain that. I'm sure people got it.
2 plus 2 equals 4.
-1, that's 3. Quick maths. Then Crime Master pops up and he's like, oi, what you doing in there? And he starts shooting at Spider-Man. Spider-Man has to flip out of the building and get away from this dude shooting at him. And then he waits for him to run out of bullets and he's like, all right, I'm going to jump at him now. Spider-Man jumps at the dude when he runs out of bullets. And then he gasses Spider-Man in the face.
Wow. What is this, Vietnam?
Yep.
Sorry.
And Spider-Man...
Sorry to all the veterans.
Spider-Man...
No.
Spider-Man can't breathe because his mask's on and he's been gassed.
Mask off.
Fucking mask off.
Mask on. Fucking mask off. Mask on. Fucking mask on. Mask on. Fucking mask off.
He webs up to a building and saves himself. Or he takes off his mask so he can breathe. I think I already said that. That's why I was saying mask off.
Yeah. Okay, mask off.
And he swings away. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go to the Daily Bugle now because I want my good, proper costume. I think that's what he's doing. Actually, no, he goes to the Daily Bugle because he's like, no trace of Foswell. He must have returned to the Daily Bugle. Oh, I'm going to go to the Daily Bugle. And he sneaks into Jameson's office and he's like...
Is he Spider-Man still at this point?
Yeah, he's still in Spider-Man costume. Okay. And he says, okay, here we go. He says, this is a good time to look for my proper Spider-Man costume. So he starts snooping around and Jameson comes in and he's like, Spider-Man, what are you doing here?
Hi, Spider-Man, what are you doing?
And Spidey's like, oh, you went through so much trouble to find me last time we met, so I thought I'd just return the favor. And Jameson's like, if you came in to gloat over beating me last time, have your fun, get lost.
Get lost.
I've got work to do.
I don't know, I find that so funny, get lost.
I know, Spider-Man looks all sassy, dude. I'll show you this panel.
He's been sassy all issue,
I know.
dude. Wow.
That's the sassiest pose I've ever seen.
That is fucking sassy.
He's like, oh, don't get mad. Are you still sulking because he tried to capture me and only wound up with my costume?
Bruh.
And Jameson's giving him the cold shoulder, dude. He's not even looking at him. He's like, don't get cozy with me, you masked man. If your costume's what you came for, that crackpot Smythe has it anyway. Go get it from him. And Spider-Man's like, see ya, Jameson.
Dude, Spider-Man's been watching too much Logan Paul. He's a savage.
Yeah. So Spider-Man goes back to Foswell's apartment after just leaving it. And he finds a little map with a circle on it. And he's like, oh, let's go to this circle. And it's at a dock. It's at a waterfront dock. He's like, I might as well check out what's going on here. And we see, I think this is at the dock. It's somewhere. A little crime meeting's happening.
Bruh.
And the crime master.
Is it me?
What's the crime master doing?
Is the crime master me?
Yeah. I mean, you know, you apparently know who he is.
I do, actually.
I thought it was Foswell.
You could be right, actually.
But
I'm not going to tell you until...
Hang on, what's going on in this panel? All right, he's trying to arrange a big meeting at the waterfront with all the crime people.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, I know what happens. Yeah, keep going.
And someone's trying to rat them out to the police. He's like, the word's out and the mobs are going to meet at the old deserted pier on the west side. And then the police are like, good, this is what we've been waiting for. And then he's like, we've got to move carefully. There's no law against men having a meeting. But even if we get to know... Wait. But if we keep them under surveillance and play our cards right, maybe we get evidence on them to put them all away for good. It's fair play.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There's no laws against having a meeting. Did you know that?
No. There's no laws against men having a meeting.
Men having a meeting. Oh,
Women?
yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen Ocean's 8, dude?
No.
I haven't either.
An important item. Please bear with me.
I'll keep explaining the comic while you look for your important item. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yep.
Spider-Man goes to the dock and he says, my hunch
That's
is
my favorite
correct.
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, Spider-Man goes to the dock. That's the third Spider-Man movie.
Of all time.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he sure goes to the dock, doesn't he?
Doc Ock.
And look, Green Goblin, not too far away, is talking to the Crime Master and he says, you can't do this without me, you idiot. The whole plan is originally mine. If you try to squeeze me out, I'll... And the Crime Master's like, you'll do nothing. Not so long as I have proof of your real identity.
Oh my god, Green Goblin's getting bullied. What the fuck?
I know. And the Crime Master's like, if I'm ever found dead, the police will open my secret vault and find that, hey, what? Oh. He literally says that. I wasn't having a stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Green Goblin's like, you double crosser, and he starts shooting his zappy fingers at him.
Zip, zap, zip.
It's pretty funny. And Green Goblin's like, I have to get away. Lenny Kravitz style. I have to fly away.
Nice.
And he uses his glider exhaust and
fucks on out of there.
exhausts Crime Master in his face so he can't shoot at Green Goblin properly.
All right.
And he kind of just leaves. And he says, you'll never take over the rackets without me. There are other ways to stop you, and the Goblin will use them.
Whoa.
And just a stone's throw away, it says, Spider-Man is...
How far can you throw a stone?
Pretty far. I reckon like 2 meters.
Yeah. That's not far. 2 meters? What the fuck? You're pretty far, like 2 meters.
Yeah, you were like, yeah.
At least 2 meters.
No, I wouldn't say that good.
2 meters is nothing. It's like 2 people.
Yeah, it's 2 meters, dude.
Dude, that's like it just lands over there. Oops.
Yeah.
I could
You never know the way the wind blows, dude.
Okay, true. But we're talking about ideal environment here. 5 meters,
I reckon 3 meters.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
I have tiny arms, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how long or small your arms are. It just matters.
I'm like a T-Rex.
No, you're not.
Yeah, look.
Oh my god, actually, I never knew that about you.
These are fake arms, dude.
Wow, really?
These are 5 faux thumb. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
Do you fight for the horns or for the wings?
Y'all like Fing Fang Foom?
I don't know.
He's an Iron Man villain. It's a dragon.
That sounds racist.
It probably is. Oh!
The Mandarin.
Yeah, it's the Mandarin's dragon. Fing Fang Foom.
Is the Mandarin actually Chinese?
Yeah, I always wanted Fing Fang Foom to be in the movies. And they had a little Easter egg for it in the first movie. And I remember being like, yeah, Fing Fang Foom. And then he never showed up in the movies.
What's the Easter egg?
Oh, it's just like a billboard in the background with Fing Fang Foom on it.
Oh.
Because I used to be one of those people back in the day who watched like Easter egg video breakdowns of like all the movies.
Jesus Christ.
I was 10, all right? Give me a break.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you a
It's
break.
the first Iron Man movie.
True, okay.
You know how long ago that was?
Yeah, that was a long
At least like 2 years ago.
Shoot the thrill.
Way to kill. This song wasn't in the first movie, but it was in the second one. When he jumps out the plane, I shoot to thrill and I'm ready to kill. I jumped out the plane, now it's Iron Man 2.
You have no idea how many times my dad listened to the Iron Man 2 soundtrack.
It's just an AC/DC album.
Yeah, literally.
Most of the songs aren't even in the movie.
I know. I just remember when you mentioned that because I can still even remember the album art in my head because Dad used to always play it in the car.
With Iron Man and War Machine. Being
like, War Machine and Iron Man.
Da-na-na. 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 Da-da-da. Iron Man 2 is good. What do you guys think of Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 2 is good. I need to rewatch it because I haven't seen it in like 5-6 years.
Yeah. It's a very
6 years.
clumsily structured movie, but Sam Rockwell's in it, and I love Sam Rockwell. I want his character to come back. What was I gonna say? There was a Marvel movie that came out recently where there was a character in it where I was like, this movie would be so much better if that character was was Sam Rockwell's character returned. But I don't remember what it was.
What came out this last year? Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, maybe it was a character from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, the scientist guy, right? No.
No. Maybe it was... Anyways, it was probably someone from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Continue.
I'll come back to it.
Yeah.
So anyway, in this comic, Spider-Man's just a stone throw away. How'd we get so derailed from a stone throw away? And Green Goblin sees him. He's like, oi, Spider-Man, all I've got to do is head straight up to him before he can detect me and wablammo.
Well, blammo.
Keep having to burp, dude. And then he clubs Spider-Man in the head. He's knocked out real good. Not knocked out. Oh, actually, no, he is knocked out.
They tie him up in a chain, don't they?
Maybe. But Green Goblin's like, all right, time to take his mask off. And he's like, oh, wait, I can't. It's too sticky.
It's webbed.
It's too webbed.
That's right. Yeah. Good job.
And then we see Mystery Man, Mystery Crime Master Flash. He's underneath the pier and he's like, this is the moment I've been waiting for, the moment where I take over as the kingpin of the city's underworld. And
does he become kingpin?
And he climbs up and he's like, all right, guys. He comes to see all the crime people huddled around. He's like, all right, I'm your new leader, guys. Look at me. Look at me.
Fuck on me.
I'm the captain now.
Look at me.
And then as soon as this happened, Green Goblin's like, hey, let me tell you, you're probably the shortest, you have the shortest reign on record because Green Goblin's here and I've defeated Spider-Man. So I'm the real dude here.
All right then.
And that's where this issue ends.
Yay! And it continues. The saga.
I hope that was somewhat cohesive.
Yeah, that was totally cohesive to me.
But to the listeners at home.
No, probably
to the listeners on the train.
I just got a fucking email from Marvel Unlimited threatening to revoke our subscription.
No.
But we'll talk about that later.
Do you want me to help pay for it?
No, it's good. I've got it. It's just funny because they keep sending me emails. They don't just revoke it straight away. They're just like, all right, like we're giving you a warning. Like, come on.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, take it away.
Issue 27, I believe. Yes. Bring my goblin back to me.
Oh, this tea is really cold now.
Yeah, don't drink it then.
No, it tastes like iced tea, dude.
Anyway, we literally start where we got off with this beautiful panel of Green Goblin taking Spider-Man from the behind.
He sure is, isn't he?
Yep,
he sure is like, taking him from the behind.
Yeah, he's got him bent over. He's just caressing Spider-Man. It's quite freaky,
yeah,
honestly. But,
Steve Ditko, if you're listening.
Yeah, if you're... Okay.
Remember when we kept saying that in the first episode?
Yeah.
Oh, how young and naive we were.
Yeah, because Stanley...
We haven't improved very much, have we? No, I think we have.
Yeah.
If we listened back to that first episode now, we'd probably be like...
Cringe.
Yikes, dude.
Should I do
it's
this?
Not cringe.
Should I do my whole explanation in ASMR? Ready?
No, please don't.
Okay, everybody. So...
Everyone just turned off.
So...
Oh, no. Stop it.
What happens next is Spider-Man gets tangled up in some chains. Sorry. Okay. You know what? I just like ASMR. Get off my back.
We also made an ASMR joke on the first episode as well. What's happening?
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It's one of the first things we said on the podcast.
What did we say?
You said something like, you started whispering. You're like, this is ASMR now.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You
I?
definitely did.
Okay, well, whatever you think.
I'm going to bring it up while you talk.
No, don't.
This is so meta, dude. We're
Meta.
referencing...
Oh my god, I love meta.
You love a meta.
Anyway, so Spider-Man's fucking after he gets taken from the behind by the Green Goblin.
Hell yeah.
He gets fucking BDSM tied up with a metal chain by the mob gang. And, so what happens? Yeah. My brain's not working. Hell no. So the mask mob boss guy is like, grr. The goblin with Spider-Man still alive, but I thought I'd killed him. And then the Green Goblin's like, grr, some of you men get up here. Something like that.
All right, sorry. I'm going to play the first 20 seconds of this episode, and there's going to be an ASMR reference. We're doing this.
Yeah. You start a podcast. You've never done this.
How do you start a podcast?
Welcome to the Peter Palmer podcast.
Oh, we need like an intro spiel. Do we say our names? We should, so people know who we are.
Yes. I think you should introduce the podcast first, though.
Okay.
It's like, hi, this is the Peter Palmer podcast, and...
Never mind. It wasn't in the first 20 seconds, so I stopped it. Continue.
You were wrong anyway.
I reckon it was a different episode.
Yeah, I guess.
Listeners at home, do you remember what episode that was where Sammie said, this is ASMR now? And I was like, ASMR.
Okay, can I continue?
Sammie's really mad, guys.
No, I'm not actually mad. I'm just
disappointed.
I just really like this comic. I just want to tell you about it. Okay?
Tell me about it.
You don't
tell me
care
all about it.
Me. I'm Bruce Banner now. You don't care about me.
Oh yeah, can I talk about Thor Ragnarok for a minute?
Why?
I just want to say Jeff Goldblum and Mark Ruffalo, two best bits of that movie.
Yes, literally.
Easily. Every time I watch it, I'm like, yep. They just have such good comedic timing compared to the other ones.
Jeff Goldblum is a fucking angel sent from heaven.
Yeah.
God crafted him and he was like, here you go, men, simple men. You have something to live for now. And I was thank you.
But like, everyone else is funny in that movie to an extent, but their jokes are like, I'd say like Chris Hemsworth's.
Korg is the worst.
Korg's alright. Chris Hemsworth's jokes are probably like 70-30 hit rate, where like, some of them are pretty funny, then some of them fall flat because I think he just says stuff and sees what sticks. But I feel like Mark Ruffalo, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
They're good at underpacked.
I really like the Hulk in that movie.
I know. I love when he's sulking about, dude.
He's like,
I'm just so angry all the time. He looks bad though.
Yeah.
Not bad. People put a lot of effort into making...
Yeah, he doesn't look bad. He just doesn't look right.
I reckon it's the movement.
Yeah. Oh well.
Because like if you see screenshots of it, you're like, oh yeah, it looks pretty good. But he's always like, listeners at home can't see this, but
he did the dance that Chris Hemsworth does in Bad Times at El Royale.
Yeah, I exactly did that.
Yeah, the noodle dance. Anyway, he actually kind of did. Let's continue.
Yeah, do it. I dare you.
So yeah. Anyway, like the mob.
We're at 53 minutes, by the way. Just.
All right, I'll fucking skim through it then. Jesus.
No,
right?
I'm just saying. Take your time.
Okay. So, what happens next is that... No, sorry. You asked me to take my time. Basically, they all have Spider-Man. He's unconscious and wrapped up in his chain. And they're like, they've got to take his mask off again for some reason. But this time the Green Goblin's orchestrating it. So, he goes to take the mask off and it's a bit sticky, so he can't do it. No, that already happened, sorry. They go, it might not be sticky anymore, so let's do it now. And they're literally about to take it off, and then Spider-Man comes to, and he starts bashing these guys up. He's like, woo, and he's doing some cool flips in the air, like in chains and stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, hell yeah. I like that. That looks cool. And he's doing finger zappies, Green Goblin, I mean. And, they're getting a big tussle and the police barge in somehow. They're like, stay where you are, you're all under arrest. And it's a huge fucking fist fight between mob bosses, the police, Spider-Man, the Green Goblin. It's like...
Oh, sick.
It's fucking... And there's this awesome panel where Spider-Man busts free from his chains just from literally flexing. He just flexes and it's like, pew!
Yeah, he does that in Spider-Man 2, dude.
Yeah, he goes sicko mode, dude. And then he, what does he do? Yeah, he sets up his camera, obviously, in amidst all of this. He goes up to the wooden support beams on the roof just because he needs that juicy photography. I don't even know how he takes photos remotely, but let's not talk about that. So he flies through, starts webbing them all up, bashing them up, and all of a sudden his suit starts coming undone again, and he looks like a fucking baby diaper caveman or something. He looks
a baby diaper caveman.
That's like the best way I can explain this.
It's my favorite King Gizzard song, dude.
That's actually really fun.
Baby diaper caveman.
That's actually some fucking quality content. I actually love King Gizzard.
Shout out to King Gizzard.
The Lizard
and
Wizard.
the Lizard Wizard, I guess. Yeah.
Saw them live. Fucking hell good.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that's not our podcast. So yeah, his shit starts coming undone. He's about to be naked. So he webs it back up quickly. Continues the fight, webs up all the mob boss guys. Not the mob boss guys, the mob gang people. The mob boss runs away. And he gets away. He gets underneath. So Spider-Man starts chasing him. And I assume... Oh, yeah, that's right. So Green Goblin also retreats. So he just flies out the window on his
He always retreats, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Green Goblin.
Yeah, fucking Green Goblin. I'd love it if Childish Gambino played the Green Goblin.
That'd be pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it actually would.
Actually, no.
No, Tyler the Creator
What?
plays the Green Goblin.
I was going to say what Spider-Man villain could Donald Glover play, but he's already playing one, isn't he? He's playing the Prowler.
Oh, yeah, for fucking Homecoming.
Yeah.
Dude.
I hope he comes back.
Wee.
And Far From Home.
Wee. Woo. Wait, what's the fucking theme music of the Prowler?
Oh, it's like...
Yeah. That's like some scary shit right there. That's actually triggering.
Oh, no.
So Spider-Man goes to chase the mob gang boss instead of Green Goblin. He goes in the sewers and he's got his trail from his spider sense. He's about to get him, but he shoots out this green fog and Spider-Man loses him.
Aww.
So yeah, he hops out of the sewer and he climbs up the building to see what's happening. He wants to learn more about the crime master, see if he can find anything out back at the crime scene. But all the bad guys are in the police cars already. He took too long. He's like Drats.
Like Drax.
So yes, Drax. Drax is there, but he can't see him because he's so still that he's like.
I've mastered the art
Yes.
of moving so incredibly slow that I'm invisible to the eye.
I love that, honestly.
I love Drax.
I love Drax. He's one of my favorites. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy, man. Fuck, they're so cool.
The second one.
My dad loves Guardians of the Galaxy. They're like his
Good.
favorite Marvel.
Hell yeah.
Marvel
Volume 2 is my
characters.
favorite MCU film. I say this every week. I don't say this every week, but I say
You
this.
probably do.
I say this a lot.
You do
And
say it a lot.
people disagree. And
My
I
favorite-
disagree with them.
Dude, I love Ant-Man and Hawkeye.
Yeah, I love the Hawkeye movie. Dude.
Yeah, I love the Hawkeye movie. It's my favorite Marvel movie.
I always forget he was in Thor 1. Hawkeye. That was his first appearance. Are you about to cry?
Yeah, because I didn't know. I've seen Thor once. I have to watch it again now
Yeah.
just to see Hawkeye.
They don't say him by name, but there's a bit where...
Is it Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, it is Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
But when Thor sneaks into the facility to steal his hammer back, they're like, all right, we need eyes up top. And he's like, we need you up top, Barton.
Clint.
And then we see a dude grab a bow and arrow. And I remember as a kid, I was like, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is
yeah.
actually literally one of my faves. I love Hawkeye.
Yeah. And then he goes up a crane and he aims at Thor and he's like, you know what? I think this guy is pretty cool.
Doesn't
And
shoot
he doesn't
him?
shoot at him.
I don't remember any of this.
Yep.
Cool.
It was just to set up Hawkeye for the Avengers movie so people wouldn't be like, who's this guy?
Yeah, he just comes out of nowhere. Yeah. Pretty accurate.
It's probably added in a reshoot, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't put it past. Anyway, so Spider-Man decides to go to Foswell's apartment again. And he goes back there and he finds the still spider tracker, obviously, because it's fallen off because the hat was still there. Goes, I might as well have a little look around. And then he finds a secret compartment in the wardrobe. He's like, this would be a great place to hide a goblin costume or a crime master mask, but it's empty. So I don't know, man.
Wait, does he think they're the same person?
No, he thinks that he's one or the other.
Wait.
He thinks he's either the goblin or...
Fuzz. Oh,
yeah.
okay, Fuzzwell. Yeah.
Okay. So he rushes to Jane.
We haven't met Mary Jane yet. Actually, no, we have, kind of.
J. Jonah Jameson's office. So he rushes to J. Jonah Jameson's office because he thinks he'll find Foswell there. What he doesn't know is that the fucking crime mob guy was actually watching Spider-Man the whole time come out of the apartment. So anyway, so he goes to J. Jonah Jameson. He goes, not a proposition. I know it's always what happens, but it's different this time. I'm here to help you. That's what he says. J. Jonah Jameson, I'm here to help you. I'm here to warn you about Mr. Frederick Foswell. I'm sure he's either the Green Goblin or the Crime Master. And J. Jameson's like, you helping me? I'll believe that when I hear a dog meow. So,
What?
Yep, that's what he says.
He says the funniest shit sometimes.
Yeah, he really does.
J.K. Simmons really nailed that.
He actually did, yeah.
Like some of the stuff he says in those movies, I'm like, I don't know how he came up with that, but that's really funny.
I love, J.K. Simmons was literally perfect casting. He was born for that role.
One of my favorite bits is it's like when Mary Jane doesn't show up to her wedding, Jameson's like, call Deborah, the caterer, tell her to open the caviar.
Oh my god, that's actually so good. Like honestly,
It's so Jameson of him.
yeah. The caterer. Sorry. What were we up to? Oh, yeah. So he's like, "You helping me, Spider-Man? Fuck off! I don't believe that. I don't believe a word you're saying." And then, do you have proof? He asks, and Spider-Man's like, "Hell no! I just know. I just know." J. Jonah Jameson's not convinced. So you know the first thing he does? He asked Betty to bring Foswell into his office so he can ask him himself.
Ooh.
So Foswell comes in and J. Jonah Jameson's like, you know, this web-headed idiot claims that you've turned to crime again. He says that you're either the Green Goblin or the Crime Master. And obviously, Foswell is like, fuck no.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Like, see, he's not.
Yeah, exactly. So you look, he's not. And Spider-Man's like, oh, you know, whatever. Like, even if he was, why would he tell us, you know?
Right, they could really use that robot from issue number 8 or whatever it was, where you put in information, it can tell you who's the secret identity of something.
That was so impractical because it came out as like a fucking maths clue and you had to like spend all night to like to decipher
it. Doesn't just tell you, you have to figure it out.
Exactly.
It takes you a night.
So impractical. Anyway, what's happening? Oh yeah, so Foswell kind of hints that he does know who the Crime Master is. And all of a sudden, they turn around and they see someone on the roof next to the building where they are standing. And it turns out it's the crime boss himself. So it's not Foswell because the crime boss is over there and the police have surrounded him thanks to Foswell's tip. And they shoot him. He's dead.
Oh, what?
He died.
So he's just a guy.
Yeah, so I'll get to that. So
okay.
So basically Foswell's like, he kind of brags because he's like, you know, I knew who he was the whole time and all that stuff. And then the crime boss, his last dying words are, I'll have the last laugh. If I cash in, I'll take the goblin with me. His real identity is bleh, and he dies. And then he didn't get it out before he died. So they unmask him and turns out that he's just this guy. He's a guy called Big Man. Apparently Foswell.
Isn't he an enforcer?
Huh?
Big Man.
Yeah.
Isn't he one of the enforcers?
Oh yeah. True. I never paid attention to the enforcer.
Wait, can I see what he looks like? Like his face?
There's only a sketch. There isn't actually like, they don't show his face when he dies.
Yeah, that's one of the enforcers, dude.
Okay, well, you know.
That's sad. I like that guy.
Well, he's dead now. Literally, he's dead, so.
Damn it.
Anyway, so like the police were like, pat you on the back, Foswell, because, you know, you've really helped us get this guy. Foswell's like, yeah, you know, my past life of crime really helped me figure this one out. You know, helped me get the evidence and stuff because I just know how crime bosses act. I was like, yeah, cool. Good for you. Mr. Spider-Man says to Mr. Foswell, looks like I was mistaken about you, Foswell. I'm sorry. Foswell goes, forget it, Spider-Man. There's no harm done. Psh, it's all right. It's all right.
It's all right, dude.
And then obviously J. Jonah Jameson points to Spider-Man and is like, let's not forget that now. You're a fucking dickhead, basically.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, he's like...
Why?
He wants to put him in jail because he accused the wrong person or some shit like that. Anyway.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the goblin I gave you.
Oh, that's sad. Anyway, Spider-Man's chaps are starting to fall down, so he escapes.
Oh no.
And he's so thick in this panel, dude. Look at that.
What's
Look
going on?
How thick he is. Yeah, there's this panel where he's literally like his hand is backwards and his like pants are falling down and he looks thick, dude. Like he looks like Tom Holland's ass in that, you know.
No, that's a baby diaper gang, or what did we say before? What did we say?
Baby diaper caveman.
Caveman.
Baby diaper caveman. Sorry, I'm just biting my nails. Anyway, I'll continue.
Travis Scott.
Oh yeah, that's right. He goes back to get his camera and it's not there. So he's like, what the hell? And so he kind of like looks around and jumps out to find it of the warehouse and he trips on the pier on a broken slat and falls into the water. And all these kids start going, laughing at him and they have his camera. So he hops out and he's like, can I have my camera back? They're like, yeah, true. And he's like, I hope you don't want my autograph. The way my luck's running, I'd probably stick myself with a pencil point and end up with blood poisoning. The kids are like, I haven't got the heart to tell him I'm a Human Torch fan anyway. So sad. And good old Peter Parker luck, he, starts to swing and all of a sudden, obviously being wet, costume and drying, starts to shrink on him and it's like sticking to his body, so he gets all sicko mode and fucking like rips it off his body and like throws that shit down. He's like fucking angry boy. So he changes back into his Peter Parker clothes and then he's just like, I'll take this with me anyway. I won't throw it away. This is the costume. Puts it in his pocket. Then he's starting to develop...
His pocket?
Yeah, I don't know, some shit like that. He starts to develop the film. He's like, these are good.
I love how we never see his photos.
Yeah, you never do.
I guess it's like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. We never see what's in it.
Yeah.
So, because like, if you see what it is, then you can quantify like how good it is.
Yeah.
Like you can have an opinion on it, kind of thing. But it's like it becomes subjective. You'd be like, okay, those photos aren't even that good. But if they tell you they're good, then they're pretty damn good, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like, they must be worth all the trouble he goes to get them.
They show them in the Raimi movies, and they are really good. They're almost too good, I'd say.
Yeah, you'd say.
Yeah.
Well, that's your opinion. No, sorry.
They're too good, I'd say.
What about Eddie Brock's photos?
Oh, the photoshopped one. Yeah, that one wasn't that good, was it? He just took a photo of the crime scene, then photoshopped Spider-Man in front of it, and then desaturated it.
Photography at its finest, my ladies and gentlemen.
That's pretty impressive editing, though, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day.
2007.
2007, yeah. Anyway. So basically Peter Parker goes, these are really good photos and I don't know if I want to sell them to J. Jonah Jameson because I don't think he pays me enough. So he goes to the Daily Globe.
Oh.
And the guy, he shows them to the guy over there and he goes, these are terrific. I'll buy these off you. And he's like, wow, you know, finally a fucking reporter who knows how to smile. Thank gosh, I'm lucky. But then the guy gets a bit weird. He gets a bit pushy. He's like, how'd you get these? Come on, don't hold out on me, please. You know, what camera do you use? Blah, blah, blah. And then Peter Parker kind of runs away. He's like, what the fuck? The nosy ass motherfucker. And he's a bit shook. Anyway, so we cut to the Daily Bugle, and J. Jonah Jameson's gloating about the whole, he's taking credit for the whole Foswell knowing who the crime boss was. And so what's this? Oh yeah, and then he notices that the Daily Globe has some really good photos. Hey, actually, you know what? They're a bit similar to the ones that Peter Parker takes. And he goes, well, I'd better start buttering that Peter Parker up. Give him the famous old Jonah J. Jameson charm, whatever his name is. Anyway, back to Peter's apartment or house. And he's still looking for his costume, still can't find it. So he has decided to do what has been dreading to do the whole time. He has to sew another costume.
Aww.
No. And then anyway, he goes downstairs because he's like, you know, I don't know why, but he sees Aunt May and he's like, Aunt May, oh, you're usually not alone. You usually spend time with Miss Watson at this time of day, don't you? And she's like, yes, but she cancelled on me again. And then Peter Parker's all sad. He's like, Aunt May must be lonely. You know what I'll do? I'll take you to the pictures. So he goes, Aunt May, let's go to the pictures. And she's like very happy. She's just feels young again. That's what she says. So Peter Parker says, put on your best hat and let's go. I'll buy you all the popcorn you can eat. It's very cute.
Aww.
And then we switch back to Frederick Foswell. Ooh. We notice he's, getting something out from under his desk. It looks suspicious. It's a balled up package. And he goes, I'm going to take this to the laundry. So we don't know what it is. It says, and then he unravels it and it's a disguise. It's this disguise.
Oh.
I don't know what that patch disguise. He's got an eye patch on.
That was the dude that ratted out the mob.
Ah, true.
To the police, yeah.
Well, there you go. That was Frederick Foswell.
Wow. Why does it feel like the plot ended in that comic like midway through?
This one?
Yeah, it feels like the plot ended and then it just kept going with extra shit.
Yeah, because it was continuated from that one, that's why. And they had to like fill up the rest.
Oh, sorry, is it still going?
Yeah.
How many more pages?
This is the last page.
Okay.
So it's like, the Green Goblin, they're hinting to the Green Goblin's identity, basically, and then it's Aunt May and Peter driving home or getting in the bus after the movie, and then Peter Parker's happy. It's a nice ending. Yay. Got him. That was the end of mine.
Cool.
I liked it.
I'm going to jump right into this one because we're running out of time.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about this one this week, so I don't want to skip over it. Because I think it had a nice, it was a bittersweet ending. And it's a quick one to explain.
Nice.
So I'll get into it. Issue 28. The Molten Man.
Whoa, I never heard of this guy.
One of the most underrated Spider-Man villains. I've always been aware of him, but I didn't know what his deal was. So this is where we find out what the Molten Man's deal is.
Do you know the Molten Man?
So it starts out with Jonah Jameson going, Parker, I need a word with you. And then Parker's like, uh-oh, I had a hunch he wouldn't... no, never mind. I got that all confused. It's the principal. It's not J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, what? I was about to say, what the fuck?
He's like, Parker, I need a word with you. And Parker's like, well, that's right. I had a fight with Flash a couple issues ago.
Oh, true.
And then, the principal's like, I just wanted to tell you that Flash Thompson explained that you weren't at fault during that fight. So let's just forget this whole thing. And Peter's like, oh, thank you. I appreciate you telling me that. And then Peter's like, oh, there's Liz Hilton over there.
Liz Hilton, my favorite Spider-Man character.
You would think Stanley would learn by this point.
Yeah. And it's not even like Alan and Hilton are completely the same anyway, and remotely the same, sorry.
Oh, Liz Hilton. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. But, Liz is cranky at him, dude. As you would be. And Flash is like, hey, can't you tell when a chick writes you off? You're no good, Parker. And Peter Parker's like, well, since when did you become the the Dear Abby of Midtown High. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
But then he's like, oh, never mind. Flash owned up to the fight before, so I should probably be nice to him. He's like, by the way, Big Mouth, I appreciate you squaring things with Principal Davis for me. And Flash is like, I didn't do it for you, okay? No one takes the what did he say? Flash Thompson doesn't let anyone take the rap for him, okay?
Whatever that means.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want people to take credit, that's the word I was looking for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true.
Yeah. And he looks really weird in this panel. I don't know what's happening there.
That's what he looks like, that noise.
He says, now I see why you're so popular, Flash. It's because of your gentle nature and sunny disposition.
Big oofed.
Got him good, dude. And we find out they're graduating today from high school.
What?
Yeah.
That happened quickly. The
I know.
fuck?
Well, I guess this is 2 years after the comic started. But by this point,
Really?
this
2
is
years?
This is 1965.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So, wait, why doesn't he, age, though?
He has. You don't age that much between grade 10 and 12.
No, I mean, like nowadays. He should be, old as.
Yeah, well, they would have had a normal timeline back then, but they would have wanted to keep going with
The young Peter.
Peter Parker.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But yeah. Sorry. Then we see a teacher is like, because it's so close to graduation, the senior class, you can leave early to give you time to attend to your gowns, caps, and other odds and ends. Then Peter's like, awesome. That gives me time to get my Spider-Man costume off, what's that dude? Mr. Smythe.
Yeehaw.
So he goes over to Mr. Smythe's house and he's like, hey, it's Peter Parker from the Daily Bugle. I remember you made that robot costume a while ago, and I was wondering if I could have a look at your new version, just for a bit of a laugh. And he's like, I've still been repairing it, but I've been busy with a new project. You can come in, Parker, to have a look. And then because the robot can sense anything spider related, it attacks Peter Parker. And he's like, oh no.
What?
And Mr. Smith's like, wait a minute. Why is it attacking you? Are you Spider-Man? And Peter Parker's like, no, it must be this package I brought you. And it's a package of spiders in the jar.
What? Why does he have that?
He's like, I thought this would help you with your research.
No, that's way too convenient, dude.
I know.
Come on.
Then Smith's like, all right, I guess I shouldn't have expected a high school student to be Spider-Man, whatever. Then he's like,
oh my God.
Hey, did you have that Spider-Man costume that Spider-Man lost the other week or whenever it was? I think it might be good to take photos of it for the Daily Bugle. And he's like, yeah, go for it, kid.
He just gives it to him.
No, and Peter Parker's like, all right, while I'm here, I'll do a little switcheroo with my fake costume and the real one, because it belongs to me anyway.
Of course.
But while he does this, some other dude comes into the lab and starts talking.
Kissing him.
Yeah, he starts kissing him. He starts smooching on the floor, dude. It's really weird. And then some other dude comes in and he starts talking to Smythe and he's like, wait, we worked on this together. I'm taking my share and selling it to the highest bidder and you can't stop me.
Whoa.
And he picks up this liquid metal alloy and he's like, this is worth a fortune, all right?
Molten Man.
And I'm not waiting any longer for my share. Now get out of my way, Smythe.
Wow.
And they have a bit of a tussle. And then
which one's Molten Man?
something accidentally turns on. And then
I just flipped the switch.
I just flipped the switch. As every villain origin story goes, something accidentally turns on. And Peter Parker's watching this, getting all tangled in coils. And yep. During this tussle, the liquid metal alloy smashes open and spills all over this mystery dude that came in. He's like, no, what's happening to me? And slant stuff happens. Peter's tangled in the coils, but he manages to get out of it by web slinging a little button on the control.
Switch.
He flips the switch in the control panel.
I just flipped the switch.
And he gets out of the coils before Smythe can see that he was tangled up again. Because he's like, I have no spiders for an excuse now, so I better get out of this quick. But yeah, then there's other.
Dude, sorry to interrupt. He just thwipped the switch.
He thripped. Oh, that's good.
I just flipped the switch. Thwip.
Yeah, then
Sorry.
Molten Man's running loose in the streets. He punches a car. Punches it real good, dude.
Oh, what a baddie.
And Spider-Man's like, all right, I gotta find this guy. I gotta find this dude.
What is dude?
And he's like, I'll head to the dude's apartment to see if he's gone there yet.
Whoa, what's with like Spider-Man breaking into apartments now? That's his thing.
Yeah, then he gets there. Then they have a bit of a tussle.
He's there.
The Molten Man went to his apartment.
Okay.
And yeah, he starts shooting webs at him, but the webs just slip right off him because he's the Molten Man.
Oh, bruh. He thwipped, but it don't work.
Yeah, so they're just punching for a long time. That's why this issue is really quick to go through because they just keep punching until Spider-Man flips the switch, turns off the light. And he's like, all right, he can't see me in the dark, but I've got my spidey senses. So he twips a little rope with his webs. And he wraps it around his legs and his hands. And Molten Man's like, hey, I can get out of this easy, idiot. And Spider-Man's like, not my web solidifies. Yep. And Molten Man trips over, then the police arrive, and they're like, hey, let's take in the Molten Man.
How do they touch him without dying?
I don't know. We don't see it. And Peter goes home to Aunt May and he's like, Aunt May, you aren't ready yet? My graduation ceremony starts soon.
Oh my God.
And she's like, hey, I'd never miss my favorite nephew's fucking graduation.
She has more than one nephew?
No.
Oh, that's cute.
But she says my own nephew. I'm sorry, okay?
Sorry, okay.
But Peter Parker's got fucking, look at his eyes, dude.
Oh my God, he just popped half a Zen, dude.
I just did it.
I had half a Zen,
I did
20
half a
hours
Zen.
doing
Yeah, there you
Zen, and I'm out like a light.
We go to the graduation ceremony. So I'm just looking at the time and making sure we end this at a reasonable
Reasonable
time.
My man.
I'm continuing, all right.
Hi, continuing. I'm Sam.
Well, that was pretty good too. Were you thinking about that the whole time?
Yeah.
And just to drop that in there.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I'm taking that to the grave.
Yeah, okay.
See ya. So at Peter Parker's graduation, the principal does a speech, but it literally says in the panel, we'll spare you the exact text of Principal Davis's speech because it's pretty much like every other high school graduation speech.
They should have done the Gwen Stacy speech from Amazing Spider-Man.
And then it's like, except for this part, he's like, I'm proud to announce 2 scholarship awards for Empire State University. Athletics proficiency goes to Flash Thompson. Yep. And highest scholastic, what are you doing?
Making a lamp.
Okay. And highest scholastic average in our school's history, a science
Peter
scholarship
Parker.
is awarded to Peter Parker. And Peter's like, yeah, I can do it. I can go to college for free.
Wow.
That's real
free.
good.
That's actually freaking
And they're like,
amazing.
now for our guest speaker, J. Jonah Jameson.
What? Fuck off. Please fuck off. That's just ridiculous, dude. Come on.
And Jameson's like, let me tell you all about myself. When I was young, to inspire you to
It was
reach
like our graduation, Mike, where a guy just started talking about himself for no reason.
Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't a graduation, was it?
Our university graduation.
Who was that?
The old guy.
That wasn't a graduation.
Yes, it was.
That was an awards night.
No, graduation.
Who? I must have fell asleep.
Yeah, everyone did, so, you know.
And Peter Parker's all cranky because he's like, J. Jonah Jameson, grr. Yep. And then he sees Liz having a little sulk. He's like, all right, I better talk to Liz after this, see what's going on here. And Flash is having a good old time. He's like, you know what? Would have been good if Spider-Man came here and did a speech. That would have been real good. Aunt May's like, I can't believe how proud I am of you for getting a scholarship, Peter. That's real good. That's the juice right there, my man. And then
Did you say Peter Parker's the goat?
Yeah, but Peter Parker's the goat, dude.
Yeah, he's the goat.
And Peter's like, all right, I need to go talk to... Wait, no. Jerry James... I can't speak. J. Jonah Jameson comes over to Aunt May and Peter and he's like, all right, I have to win back Peter because he's selling photos to another Daily Bugle now, so I have to be all nice. And he starts being all nice to Aunt May. He's like... Aunt May's like, oh, I'm Peter's aunt. And J. Jonah Jameson's like, oh, I thought you were his sister. He's trying to be all smooth
talking.
She's
literally like a bag. But
being
anyway.
all smooth talking, dude. And he's like, oh, I see where Peter gets his charm from and his good looks. And Aunt May's like, oh, it's Jameson, such a nice man. And Peter's like, all right, fuck this. And he walks over to talk to Liz because Liz is still sulking about. And Peter's like, Liz, we've known each other for years. I always thought you liked me. Why am I getting the big freeze right now?
Oh.
And Liz is like, well, since we may not be seeing each other anymore, I suppose I can tell you.
As if they were ever seeing each other, but anyway.
They kind of were. They were dating for a little bit. Remember, they did homework together, dude.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. They did homework together. Yeah.
And she's like, my feeling for you is more than just liking Peter, but you always seem to prefer other girls like Betty Brant and Mary Jane. And she's like, you always thought of me as just the dizzy blonde, and perhaps I am. But it's time for me to graduate out of that part of my life also.
Ooh.
So then she's like,
big oofed.
My parents are waiting. I have to go. Good luck, Petey, and goodbye. So I feel like this is the last we see of Liz for like a long time.
Say goodbye to Liz, yeah.
That made me sad for some reason.
Yeah, that is really sad. Is that the end?
Almost.
Oh.
It reminds me of the end of Homecoming where she moves away.
Yeah, that's right. Oh.
And Peter's like, oh, I wish we could have spoken longer, but it's too late now. I better get out of this robe. He's like, Flash is having a good time. And you see Flash saying like, I feel so good that I don't even care that Peter Parker's going to the same college I am.
Like that would be a huge issue for him.
Yeah, and J. Jonah Jameson's still smooth talking Aunt May.
Still smooth.
And Jameson's like, well, I have to be running along now. I've got to run the paper. It's a big job, you know. I'm a busy dude. And Jameson's like, hey, be sure to drop around the office, Peter, my boy. Don't be such a stranger to me. He's like, remember, I still pay top rates for exclusive news photos. And Peter's like, sure, but only after I twist your arm and yell and scream and beg. And James like, what a joker, what a funny guy. Then he leaves. And Aunt May's like, what a nice, charming lad. And then we see Peter, Aunt May, and Miss Watkins walk off into the sunset.
Oh.
And Peter takes one last walk out of Midtown High School, which houses so many memories, it says. But as with all of life, it isn't really an ending, but a beginning.
Oh.
The beginning of a new chapter in the life of the world's most amazing teenager, and of those whom fate has tossed into his web of destiny. And that's the end of the issue.
That's kind of beautiful. I wasn't expecting him to graduate in that issue.
I know. It came out of nowhere, yeah.
Wow. I liked it.
Very interesting.
I liked it.
But yeah, what was your favorite this week?
I like the one that you read because not because of the Molten Man thing, but just for what was at the end, like the real Peter Parker stuff.
Yeah.
Really like
There's a very Spider-Man comic where he's got to beat up a dude so he can get home in time for graduation.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot like Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's how that movie starts.
That's literally the beginning plot of the movie, and then it's all downhill from there afterwards, pretty much. But
yeah. So I forgot to mention this at the start, but this episode's coming out later than our usual scheduled time.
We have a new schedule now, actually.
Yeah, we were discussing this earlier. We're going to start releasing these Mondays just because it's more convenient for us to have like the whole week. Too. Yeah, the whole week to have time to edit. No, what am I talking about? Just so we have the whole week to kind of record it and edit it and then get it out by Monday.
Yep.
Friday is kind of a weird time because most of the time I have off is on the weekend.
Same.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll work it better. And people like listening to having podcasts at the start of the week because it gives you like that whole week to
Listen to it.
on the way to work or on the bus, home from work, or just at home ironing your clothes like I do.
In the shower, maybe.
In the
like
shower.
Me. I listen
with
to
your
podcasts.
headphones in. Your AirPods.
Yeah, sure. I just, you know what I do? I just put my phone in a cup.
Ah, true. When you're hanging the laundry, maybe.
Yeah, that's what Josh does.
When you're
driving to Brisbane.
Yeah, if you're driving to Brisbane, listeners at home,
listen to our podcast.
Yeah, listen to our podcast. You can only listen to it depends where you're driving from, to be honest.
Imagine.
Time it really well so you can listen to the exact amount of which episode you're up to. Yep. So that's what I had to say about the podcast. What issues are we doing next week? Another 3?
Yeah, why not? I'll do 2.
3 seems to be the golden number. We seem to hit our time limit.
Well, we can kind of take more time with them than 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do 2 and then you can do 1. Yeah.
Cool. Which ones do you want to do?
We'll do it the same. We'll break it up. So I do 1,
Yeah.
then you do another, and then I'll do the one after.
Cool. Yeah, I think this method works better than when we just read them all each, because we get to explain them to each other, and
We
also
get better reactions out of each other.
yeah, and it's more of a surprise because like the first few weeks, it was kind of just us saying the plot, and we'd be like, yeah, that is what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a bit. I like this better because it's like, yeah, there's more discussion rather than just going, yep.
Doc Ock sure does do that, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Doc Ock sure is a smooth talker to Aunt May. But yeah, I guess see you next Monday. Yeah.
No, Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
Guten
Do we do
Tag.
any? No, we do other stuff at the end, don't we?
Social media.
Yeah, social media. If you want to follow us on social media, do it.
Do it, bitch.
Yeah, no, I've been forgetting to post to Facebook. I think I said this last week, but you know, if you want to be our social media manager, can you do it, please?
Send in your resume at peterpalmerpod@gmail.com.
No, that's all right. I'd do it because it'll get too complicated anyway. Because I'd have to tell some guy what to post anyway. So it's like, why don't I just post it? You know, you feel?
No, I like complicated.
If you want to follow us on Facebook at peterpalmerpod.
If you're a complicated person, email me at peterpalmerpod
at gmail.com.
I want to.
Instagram at peterpalmerpod. Not Facebook. Twitter at peterpalmerpod. I'm very sleepy. Could you tell this episode? You probably could.
It's better than our other sleepy episodes.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I really liked episode 4.
3 a.m. one.
Yeah, that one was real
Christ.
good. That was episode 4, wasn't it? No, episode 4 was
1 a.m.
Yeah, that was 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Because we were in this room, and that was when you hit yourself on the lip, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that was fucked, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
And you laughed because you saw Sweet Country balls on the wall.
Sweet country balls.
Yeah, it's still there.
I love some sweet country balls.
All right, the podcast is getting too long. Good night.
Good night.
Good luck.
Goodbye. Good luck.
And with great power comes
Great big chungus.
We're really ending it like that.